2NURFM News.
This hour, essential workers permitted, a kidnapping in Sydney's West, and Maroons player ruled ineligible for Origin 2. It's 10 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Sophie Clark. Employers are being warned employees should only come into work if it is essential. Those who can work from home are being told to do so if they live or have been in the Greater Sydney, the Blue Mountains, Wollongong, Shell Harbour and the Central Coast since Monday. The restrictions are in place so contact tracers can stay ahead of a growing COVID outbreak. There are 82 active cases in the community. Health Minister Brad Hazzard says the message is clear.
I apologise to the business sector, but I think we found that we can be extremely productive with our workers working at home, and certainly to allow them to do that will minimise at least one group of people from moving around unnecessarily.
A Virgin Australia flight attendant has sparked health alerts across 3 states after returning a positive result. The crew member worked yesterday and on Friday on board flights to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Passengers are considered close contacts and should check the New South Wales Health website for details. Labor is casting doubt on a proposal to ease quarantine rules for Australians who are vaccinated against the disease. Under the plan, returning travellers who have had 2 doses would be able to isolate at home. Some Coalition MPs argue it's unnecessary to force them to spend 2 weeks in hotel quarantine. Senior Opposition MP Chris Bowen has told the ABC the idea should be approached with caution.
We should always be guided by the health advice here. I don't think we need political commentary on that sort of thing. I think health advice, in-home quarantine is a lot more dangerous. It's a lot harder to police people coming in and out. So I think we need to be very careful about that.
A man will face court accused of holding 2 people captive in a Western Sydney home. Police found them both at a property in Colleton and said that they'd been tied up for 2 days, assaulted by a man with a gun. A 20-year-old man has been arrested and charged. A new education passport could stop people from faking qualifications on their CV. Meg van Lohausen has the details.
The state government is proposing a digital passport to give employers confidence in credentials provided by job applicants. Modelled on the digital driver's licence, the passport will include verified qualifications from education institutions. In a benefit to job hunters, they may be able to see what qualifications they are missing and what courses they can do to meet the advertised requirements. The state's Skills and Tertiary Education Minister Jeff Lee has told The Telegraph the passport would first be trialled with TAFE courses before being rolled out more broadly. In Sydney, Meg van Lohausen, 9 News.
And in finance, $1 Australian dollar is buying 75.92 US cents.
2NURFM Sport.
Breaking news in rugby league with Queensland winger Ronaldo Mulitalo ruled out of tonight's Origin Game 2 due to being ineligible to represent his state. The drama centres around Mulitalo moving to Queensland from New Zealand after the specified age of 13. Former Blues player Benny Elias has told Fox Sports it's not on.
They're cheating. Simple as that. The rules state very clearly, you must play your junior rugby league. He's born in South Auckland. The definition of the eligibility is certainly very clear.
Alex Di Minor has beaten Italian Lorenzo Sonego in the final of the Eastbourne tournament in England. Craig Gabriel reports.
My first emotion is relief for finally getting these results, the results I've wanted, and obviously ecstatic that I've been able to pull through and play some great tennis.
Alex Di Minor heading into Wimbledon on a high. GWS takes on Hawthorn at the MCG today after spending most of the week in Melbourne due to Sydney's COVID lockdown. Jason Day and Cameron Smith are 1 off the pace in a tie for 3rd after the 3rd round of the US PGA Tour event in Connecticut. Sydney FC is chasing a record-breaking 3rd straight A-League title against Melbourne City in the grand final. Italy and Denmark are through to the quarters of Euro 2020. Denmark beat Wales 4-0. Italy needed extra time to get past Austria 2-1. That's sport. I'm Christian Jansen.
10:04, that's the latest news and sport.
Instant tax write-off this tax time at Harvey Norman. Buy and install eligible items before June 30 and eligible business entities may claim an immediate deduction in this year's tax return. This is a huge incentive, but hurry. Buy and install items before June 30 to claim in this year's tax return. Instant tax write-off for eligible purchases this tax time at Harvey Norman. Tax law is complex. Before you purchase, seek professional advice to determine whether your business is eligible.
Our sponsor. I'd rather have With a fabulous selection of tasty barbecue chicken or fried chicken pieces, plus salads, burgers, rolls, subs and wraps, your locally owned Henny Penny has something for everyone. Like a great Aussie roast chicken dinner with barbecue chicken, plus baked potato, pumpkin, peas, carrots and gravy. All for less than $10. You heard right, a roast dinner for less than $10. Dine in or take away, now at a Henny Penny store near you.
I'd rather have Henny Penny.
Our sponsor.
2NURFM weather.
Continuing fine and sunny this morning, those light winds becoming westerly, 15 through 20 kilometres per hour by late morning, then turning west-norwesterly by later on this afternoon. They'll ease later on tonight. Possible showers tomorrow and Tuesday. Forecast tops tomorrow, 18 on the coast and valley. For the latest weather, head to 2NURFM.com.
Welcome back to the history of rock and roll. I'm Wink Martindale, taking you back in time to the Beatles after they broke up. All four established solid solo careers, so let's begin with the hits of Ringo's Starr, shall we? Ringo and It Don't Come Easy. Love that song. As we begin our review of solo hits by the Beatles after they broke up.
Wake up, need help, don't pretend that
Back Off Boogaloo from Ringo Starr, here on the History of Rock and Roll. Ringo wrote or helped write a lot of his own stuff. When this next song hit number 1 in 1973, John Lennon sent Ringo a telegram. It said, "Congratulations. Please write a hit song for me."
Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. But all I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. I thought I'd make it the day you went away, but I can't make it till you come home again to stay. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke. My tears are crying for you. I want you here to have a hold as the years go by and we grow old and gray. Now you're expecting me to live without you, but that's not something that I'm looking forward to. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke. My tears are crying for you. I want you here to have an hold as the years go by and we grow old and gray. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. But all I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. All I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore.
Photograph by Ringo Starr, featuring George Harrison on 12-string guitar and vocal harmonies. Ringo liked working with friends a lot, and on this next number 1 hit, he was joined by Harry Nilsson on backing vocals, plus Paul McCartney on the kazoo, no less.
You come on like a dream, peaches and cream, lips like strawberry wine. You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. You're all ribbons and curls. Ooh, what a girl, eyes that sparkle and shine. You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. You're my baby,
you're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine, all mine. That was originally a hit for Johnny Burnett during the summer of 1960. Ringo brought it back in time for the 10th anniversary of Johnny's passing in 1974. More from the history of rock and roll right after this.
Hi, I'm Terry Tyndall from Walker Home Improvements. Sure, someone working out of the back of their ute can always offer you a cheaper price, but sometimes they're hard to find after the job is done. So is that a bargain? Not. Remember, Walker Home Improvements has been here for you for 32 years, offering quality patios, glass rooms, screened rooms and carports. Dependable, reasonable, where people you can trust. WalkerHomeImprovements.com.au. Downtown Barnsley, phone 495333 133.
Our sponsor.
The Snooze End of Financial Year sale is now on. Save up to 50% off mattresses, including Sealy, Madison and Tempur, and up to 40% off bed frames. Hurry, sale ends soon. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
Amazing what a little snooze can do.
Our sponsor.
Out the door sale is on now at Doors Plus. Save up to 50% off across the range. Plus, we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Visit a showroom for a free measure and quote. Up to 50% off, but for 2 weeks only. Doors Plus. No fuss.
Our sponsor.
Having a birthday in June, you could be waking up in award-winning resort accommodation in the heart of the beautiful Hunter Valley at the Crown Plaza. You'll enjoy an overnight stay with breakfast. Time stands still as you take in the stunning views of the vineyards from your private furnished balcony at the Crown Plaza Hunter Valley. Plus, a birthday cake, thanks to our sponsor, Designer Delights. To enter, call 4921 6789 or head to 2NURFM.com.
2NURFM 103.7.
Every night I just want to go out, get out of my head. Every day I don't want to get up, get out of my bed. Every night I want to play out, and every day I want to do. But tonight I just want to stay in and be with you. And be with you.
You're listening to the History of Rock and Roll with me, Wink Martindale. And we're reviewing the best of the Beatles after they broke up. Each became a solo star, as Ringo did, with a little help from his friends. Here's Billy Preston on keyboards with Martha Reeves and Mary Clayton as backup singers. It's Ringo in 1975 with his 5th of 8 top 10 hits in a row.
I phoned up my doctor to see what's the matter. He said, come on over. I said, do I have to? My knee started shaking, my wrist started aching. When my doctor said to me, oh my, oh my,
a very big hit for Ringo Starr in 1975. Oh, my. It was the year another ex-Beatle, John Lennon, suggested Ringo record a doo-wop song. This tune was originally a million seller for the Platters in 1955. 2 decades later, along comes Ringo Starr with John Lennon on acoustic guitar. Remember this one?
Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can fill me like you do and fill my heart with love. Oh, only you. Only you can make this change in me. For it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you.
Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make my darkness bright.
Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do. Fill my heart with love. Only you. Oh, only you can make this change in me. For it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Only you, only you, only you, only you, only you.
First, a very big hit from 55 by the Platters, and then Frank Porcell on Capitol Records made an instrumental of this big hit, Only You. Ringo took it to the big time one more time. Ringo was a world traveler, first as a Beatle and then as a solo star. Of all the countries, which one did he like best?
America. I enjoy America, you know. It's so different to England. I mean, all the other places are different, but at least you can speak to people over here, you know.
Ringo, do you have any political affiliations at all? No, he doesn't even smoke. I don't even smoke.
A lady that I know just came from Colombia. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out some marijuana. She said it was the best in all the land. And I said, no, 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 I don't smoke it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze. Then it makes it hard to find the door. A woman that I know just came from Mallorca, Spain. She smiled because I did not understand. Then she held out a 10-pound bag of cocaine. She said it was the finest in the land. And I said, no, 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 I don't, no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze. Then it makes it hard to find the door. I did not understand. Then he held out some moonshine whiskey, oh, he said it was the best in all the land. And he wasn't joking. And I said, no, 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 I don't drink it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze. And then it makes it hard to find a door. Well, I said, no, 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 I can't take it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please, it only makes me sneeze. And then it makes it hard to find a door.
The No-No Song was the only Ringo Starr single to also have a hit on the flip side.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That was a tune written for Ringo by Elton John and Bernie Taupin. Elton sang backup and played piano on this one.
I was born in the north of England, I was raised in a working town. I broke all the rules when I went to school, but the teachers couldn't pin me down. I tried to make my parents proud by adapting to the social powers. Oh, pigs will fly and the earth will fry when they get me doing honest hours. Snookeroo, snookeroo, Daddy's going on the booze. Mother used to cut my hair and Sister used to make the news. Well, it was 2 rooms up and 2 rooms down. We were sentenced by the wrecking train. Oh, I was born on the eve of Halloween. And snookeroo, snookeroo, snookeroo's my name. I need someone to cook for me and turn me loose at night. I could spend my life with the factory girl, 'cause the factory girl's my type. I hear them gossip on the street, most of what they say is true. Oh, don't you know that I hear them say there goes that lazy, no good snookeroo. Snookeroo, snookeroo, Daddy's going on the booze. Mother used to cut my hair and Sister used to make the news. Well, it was 2 rooms up and 2 rooms down. We were sentenced by the wrecking train. Oh, I was born on the eve of Halloween. And snookeroo, snookeroo, snookeroo's my name. Daddy's going on the booze. Mother used to cut my hair and Sister used to make the news. Well, it was 2 rooms up and 2 rooms down. We were sentenced by the wrecking train. Well, I was born on the eve of Halloween. And snookeroo, 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 snookeroo's my name. Yeah.
That was Ringo and Snookeroo. That's what they called a committed player of snooker, a British game a lot like pool in our country. In just a moment, the story of another ex-Beatle as we continue the history of rock and roll.
2NURFM.
Contact Steve or Sue at our sponsor, Elders Real Estate. They're local people with local knowledge. They can help with all your real estate needs, sales or property management. Ring or email anytime to experience the Elders Real Estate Newcastle and Lake Macquarie difference.
Limited time now at Domain. Bonus gift card up to $1,000 with 60 months interest free. That's right, buy with 60 months interest free and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Now is the time to buy. Save up to 55% on Australian-made mattress brand Sealy, Sleepmaker Circa, Dunlop-Pillow, Nature's Rest and King Coil. Plus 60 months interest free with bonus gift card up to $1,000. Limited time at Domain.
Our sponsor.
Minimum finance $1,000. Interest applies if you don't comply with terms and conditions. 60 equal monthly payments, fees, exclusions apply.
Save seriously on towing at ISP with top brands ball mount couplings like the Hague Cargo Mate, just $49.95, or the Heyman Reese unit, only $295. Our sponsor, ISP Islington and ISP Glendale.
2NURFM.
I'm Wink Martindale, and this is the history of rock and roll, and we're looking back at the Beatles after they broke up in 1970. Each then became a solo star, including the most spiritual of the four, George Harrison. George wrote this song for Billy Preston, but then decided, hey, I'll record that myself. And he did. And he took it to the top 10 in 1971.
What I feel, I can't say. My love is there for you anytime of day. There's no love that you need, and I'll try my best to make everything succeed. Tell me what is my life without your love? Tell me who am I without you by my side? I know I can do if I give my love out to everyone like you. It's all love that you need, and I'll try my best to make everything succeed. Tell me what is my life without your love? Tell me who am I without you by my side? Tell me what is my life without your love? Tell me who am I without you by my What I feel, I can't say. My love is there for you anytime of day. There's no love that you need, and I'll try my best to make everything succeed. Tell me what is my life without your love? Tell me who am I without you by my side? Oh, tell me what is my life without your love? Tell me who am I without you by my side?
How many times have each of us said, what is the meaning of life? Well, George Harrison said it in song. What is life? Here on the history of rock and roll. Almost all his solo work had a spiritual feel, as George himself explained.
I seem to keep going in cycles. I go around in circles. Maybe it's something to do with me being, the Pisces. They show one fish going this way and one fish going that way. And periods when I just can't stop chanting. And then other periods where, I turn into a demon again.
was George Harrison's biggest hit, My Sweet Lord, and also the one which caused him the most trouble. Claims were made that George had copied the tune from the number one hit for the Chiffons in 1963, He's So Fine. Well, he hadn't, but the case dragged on for years before George finally settled with his accusers. More from George Harrison coming up on the History of Rock and Roll.
2NURFM.
Things are really heating up at Heating and Outdoors by Glendale Warehouse. See the huge range of wood heaters, and gas log fireplaces with Australia's biggest brands. Real Flame, Rinnai, Masport, Nectar and more. Plus friendly service and expert advice with over 35 years experience. Keep the families safe and warm this winter with Heating and Outdoors by Glendale Warehouse. Now at 2 locations, Lake Road Glendale and Hartley Drive Thornton.
Our sponsor. Hi, it's Lee here from Tile Warehouse. There's tile shops all over Newcastle, but what makes Tile Warehouse unique is our team. We genuinely care about our customers and want them to be happy. And to back that up, we have one of the biggest ranges in Newcastle. We can give you advice to do it yourself or put you in contact with a good quality tiler. That's what makes Tile Warehouse different.
Tiles for your walls, tiles for your floors, save more at Tile Warehouse.
Tile Warehouse, Hillsborough Road, Warners Bay. Look for the old truck. Our sponsor.
Hungry? Order now and we'll deliver. Rivershop Food Delivery has arrived and we're just a drop away. Order from your favourite Maitland or Raymond Terrace restaurants and Rivershop will deliver. With a great range of options, you'll be hungry for Proud Rooster, Melts and More, Z's Eats, El Chapo's, Walk This Way, Hunter Seafood Shack, Donut King, Beaut and more. Download the Rivershop app on Google Play or the Apple Store or visit rivershop.com.au.
Order now from our sponsor, Rivershop Food Delivery.
2NURFM.
I'm Wink Martindale, and the History of Rock and Roll continues now with our review of the Beatles' solo careers. In 1973, George Harrison topped the hit parade with what he called a prayer and a personal statement between me, the Lord, and whoever likes it.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul.
perfect song for George Harrison. He gave us a lot of love in his songs, titled Give Me Love, one of his biggest. George Harrison was a gentleman whose life was shattered when he learned fellow Beatle John Lennon had been murdered in 1980. The next year, with the aid of Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney, George recorded this as a tribute to John Lennon.
I'm shouting all about love. Well, they treated you like a dog, and you were the one who had made it so clear all those years ago. Talking all about how to give. They don't act with much honesty, but you put the weight to the truth when you say all you need is love. Baby, with good or bad, I always looked up to you. Now we're left cold inside by someone, the devil's best friend, someone who abandoned all. We're living in a bad dream. They've forgotten all about mankind, and you were the one they backed up to the wall all those years ago. You were the one who imagined it all those years ago.
George Harrison's tribute to John Lennon all those years ago. In 1963, George Harrison bought an album by blues singer James Ray. 25 years later, George remembered a song on that LP that he really, really liked. What if he gave it the George Harrison treatment? Well, he did, and the result hit number one in 1988.
I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. Got my mind set on you. But it's gonna take money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take time, whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child. I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. my mind set on you. And this time I know it's real, the feeling that I feel. I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. I got my mind set on you, set on you. I got my mind set on you, set on you. But it's gonna take money, whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take time, whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right. I got my mind set on you. 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 And this time I know it's real, the feelings that I feel. I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. But it's gonna take a money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take a time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right.
We lost George Harrison in 2001, but his music, of course, lives on, as does the legacy of the Beatles. More of the solo Beatles are coming up, but first, our resident rock historian Gary Thoreau is here with a mini profile of the Beatles' biggest rivals during the 60s.
In his whole life, he's only held 2 jobs. The first, at the post office, only lasted 4 days. Time enough, though, to earn money to buy his mom a present. His second job? Playing rhythm guitar in the Rolling Stones.
This is Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. You've got to stay tuned for coverage on the Rolling Stones, okay?
Keith Richards recalls the Stones in the 60s. Next, on the history of rock and roll. Keith Richards and Mick Jagger were in primary school when they first met in 1951. 9 years later, quite by accident, they met again on a train. From that chance encounter, a friendship began, which grew and grew into the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones and the Beatles were kind of friendly rivals in the 60s, leaving it to fans to duke it out as to which one was the world's greatest rock and roll band. Keith Richards was asked how he felt about the competition.
Would you join a Stamp Out the Beatle club?
No, I wouldn't.
Are you a Beatle fan?
I'm not a fan. I appreciate some of their stuff, you know. I like them, you know. I think they're good.
We Love You, featuring background vocals by Beatles John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
What would you say is the difference between the Beatles sound and the Rolling Stones sound?
We've got a more rock and roll sound than that.
A rhythm and blues thing, an R&B sound. They call in America down-home blues.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. You got it.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black.
Have any American groups influenced the Rolling Stones style?
So a lot of people, Chuck Berry, Jimmy Reed, and a lot of sort of miracle stuff, you know, and Marvin Gaye, people like that, you know.
Why have the Rolling Stones been so fantastically successful?
I think it's a cross between the music, the image, and the time that we came along. I think we came along just at the right time, you know. It was luck.
The Rolling Stones with Keith Richard, as they were in the 60s.
2NURFM News.
This bulletin: airport eerily quiet, local COVID cases in Queensland and an education passport in the works. It's 11 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Sophie Clark. Sydney Airport is all but deserted this morning, with health orders prohibiting millions of residents from leaving the city. Lauren Tomasi reports.
It should be bustling on the first weekend of school holidays, but Sydney Airport is all but empty today, with residents from Greater Sydney, the Blue Mountains, Central Coast and Wollongong banned from leaving the city. It comes amid a scare for Virgin Airlines, with a cabin crew member testing positive to the virus after flying interstate on 5 East Coast routes in the past 2 days. All passengers and crew on those flights have been thrust into 14 days isolation. For those hoping to travel to New Zealand, plans have also been dashed, with the country suspending the travel bubble across the ditch. At Sydney Airport, Lauren Tomasi, 9 News.
The Premier is reminding residents to use the state government's app to sign into venues, no matter how long they're there. Health authorities are concerned some customers who visited a warehouse at the centre of a COVID outbreak hadn't checked in, as Sydney recorded another 12 infections yesterday. Contact tracing continues after workers and delivery drivers at the seafood wholesaler in Marrickville tested positive. Gladys Berejiklian says registering is more important now than ever.
New South Wales Government is mandating for QR codes to be everywhere at all times, so make sure, no matter whether it's a temporary purchase, if you're going into a supermarket or you're going to grab a takeaway, that you do log into your QR codes, and that's really important.
Queensland has recorded 2 new locally acquired COVID cases and a third case in quarantine. One infection is believed to be linked to a recent cluster at a DFO shopping centre near Brisbane Airport. As a result, the 1 person per 2 square metre rule will return and home gatherings will be capped at 100. Students could soon be able to showcase all of their qualifications in one place. The New South Wales Government is working to establish a digital education passport. It would list HSC results, TAFE credentials and extracurricular activities. Education Minister Sarah Mitchell says it will help them with potential employment opportunities.
We think it's really important that we provide this digital education passport. It'll be great for students, great for future employers, but also for job agencies to help people really understand what skill sets they could add to their resume to help improve their chances of getting a job.
Police have issued 15 fines in the past 24 hours for alleged breaches of the state's public health orders. A man is facing kidnapping and firearms charges after allegedly tying up 2 people and holding them captive for 2 days. And a seal has been caught on camera climbing on board a yacht during a sailing regatta in Sweden. In finance, $1 Australian buying 75.91 US cents.
2NURFM Sport.
Queensland winger Ronaldo Mulitalo has been ruled out of State of Origin Game 2. Mulitalo was due to replace the injured Reece Walsh. Nine commentator Peter Basaltis says it's due to a dispute over his age.
He moved to Australia from Auckland when he was 13 years and 10 months of age. The new rules state, and they came into vogue in 2012, that you had to be in Australia by the time you were 13. So he missed by about 10 months.
Alex de Minaur has warmed up for the Grand Slam at Wimbledon by taking out the Eastbourne tournament. Sonny Bill Williams has survived a knockdown to win in his return to boxing before calling out Barry Hall in his first professional bout since 2015. The 35-year-old defeated Waikato Falafehi over 6 rounds. Frenchman Julien Alaphilippe has won the first stage of the Tour de France. Italy and Denmark are through to the quarterfinals of Euro 2020. Aussie Jack Miller will start from 8th on the grid at tonight's Assen MotoGP in the Netherlands, the Ducati rider chasing his 3rd win of the year. Cameron Smith has been the big mover in the 3rd round of the Travellers Championship in the US. Smith shot a 4 under 66 He's in a tie for second with Jason Day. Americans Kramer Hickok and Bubba Watson lead. And Incentivise is the new Caulfield Cup favourite after winning in Brisbane. That's Sport. I'm Christian Jansen.
That's the latest news and sport.
Part-time delivery and fitting. Stay while you are, will come and go. Our vans have solar powered equipment. We'll safely keep you on the road. Talk to Tumby Tires. Car, vans or trucks, it makes no difference. Tumby Tires. Private or fleet, we're at your door. Tumby Tires. We guarantee to keep our distance. With Tumby Tires, you're not alone. Talk to Tumby Tires.
Our sponsor.
Limited time now at Domain. Bonus gift card up to $1,000 with 60 months interest free. That's right, buy with 60 months interest free and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Now is the time to buy. Save up to 40% on ex-display and discontinued outdoor lounges and outdoor dining furniture. Plus 60 months interest free with bonus gift card up to $1,000. Limited time at Domain.
Our sponsor.
Minimum finance $1,000. Interest applies if you don't comply with terms and conditions. 60 equal monthly payments, fees, exclusions apply.
2NURFM weather.
Continuing fine and sunny this morning, those light winds becoming westerly, 15 through 20 kilometres per hour by late morning, then turning west-norwesterly by later on this afternoon. They'll ease later on tonight. Possible showers tomorrow and Tuesday. Forecast tops tomorrow, 18 on the coast and valley. For the latest weather, head to 2NURFM.com.
The history of rock and roll rocks on with the most controversial former Beatle.
Karma's gonna get you. Gonna knock you right on the head. You better get yourself together. Pretty soon you're gonna be dead. What in the world you thinking of? Laughing in the face of love. What on earth you trying to do? It's up to you. Yeah, you. Karma's gonna get you. Gonna look you right in the face. Better get yourself together, darling. Join the human race. How in the world are you gonna see? Laughing at fools like me. Who on earth do you think you are? A superstar? Well, right you are. Gonna get you. Gonna knock you off your feet. Better recognize your brothers. Everyone you meet. Why in the world are we here? Surely not to live in pain and fear. Why on earth are you there? When you're everywhere, come and get your share.
Just a little bit of instant karma from John Lennon. Even before the Beatles broke up in 1970, John Lennon was off on his solo career. And in 1969, he married his second wife, Yoko Ono, and with her formed the Plastic Ono Band. Together, they staged a series of stunts, including what they called a bed-in.
I appeared free in Amsterdam Hotel for peace for 7 days. The peace was in our minds, really. I mean, a lot of cynics had said, oh, it's easy to sit in bed for 7 days, but I'd like some of them to try it and talk for 7 days about peace. All we're saying is give peace a chance.
1, 2, 3, 4.
John Lennon's original handwritten lyrics for Give Peace a Chance eventually sold at auction for $834,000. The song became a rallying cry. As was this next tune, which John wrote after being interviewed by the Red Mole, a far-left British newspaper. It was his response to their desire for an all-powerful totalitarian government.
To
one of the many hits of John Lennon of the Beatles, Power to the People. John Lennon's most famous hit? It's next, here on the History of Rock and Roll.
2NURFM.
For over 25 years, You Really Are Beautiful has helped women of all ages and sizes to look and feel their best. With maternity, sports and everyday bras, specialising in mastectomy styles, beautiful brands, sizes AA to P, lovely lingerie and swimwear, plus professional and private service. Get fitted, get comfortable and feel confident. Our sponsor, You Really Are Beautiful, 305 Hillsborough Road, Warners Bay. Plenty of parking and easy access under the big pink sign.
Two legends, one show, one special night. Brian Cadd, Russell Morris. Brian Cadd and Russell Morris together for an unforgettable show, performing all their hits. Brian Cadd and Russell Morris together, live, Sunday, July 11, Belmont 16. Get your tickets online with the venue.
Our sponsor.
2NURFM's Restaurant of the Month for June is heading to beautiful Newcastle Harbour to the Queen's Wharf Hotel. Come and have lunch with Todd and the 2NURFM team and experience their fantastic hospitality. With specials every day for lunch and dinner and their live entertainment on the wharf on weekends, our sponsor, Queen's Wharf Hotel, has it all. Throw in Cockfighters Ghost Red and Whites and you've got the perfect lunch. Keep listening for your chance in afternoons or enter now at 2NURFM.com.
2NURFM 103.7.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let
The history of rock and roll continues now with John Lennon's most famous song and most controversial. John said, quote, "It's virtually the Communist Manifesto." even though I'm not particularly a communist, unquote.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
I guess I've heard that song a million times like you have, and it never grows old. Imagine, John Lennon. I'm Wink Martindale, and this is the history of rock and roll. Here's a song John Lennon put together with legendary producer Phil Spector. In fact, the only instrumental backing here is a solo piano, played by Phil.
Love is real. Real is love. Love is feeling. Feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved.
I'm Wink Martindale with the history of rock and roll. We're reviewing the solo career of John Lennon and are up to the tune it took him nearly 4 years to complete. 4 years. That came after John read a book by Gene Houston and Robert Masters. The title, Mind Games. He played a lot of mind games in his day. That was John Lennon. After 5 years of mind games, John Lennon and Yoko Ono split up in 1973 for 18 months. Yoko set him up in L.A. with a new girlfriend, May Pang, who talked of John hearing an evangelist, Reverend Ike, on the radio. The Reverend used a phrase that John Lennon turned into his very first #1 hit in 1974.
Whatever gets you through the night. Through your life, it's alright, it's alright. Do it wrong or do it right.
Wouldn't you know, Elton John played piano and sang in the background on Whatever Gets You Through the Night, John Lennon's first and only #1 hit while he was alive. The rest of his story is next as we continue the history of rock and roll.
2NURFM.
In business since 1974, our sponsor Chapman Strata has continuously provided knowledge and know-how to best manage your strata situation. Flexible meeting times and a 24-hour emergency service are just part of taking the worry out of managing your strata property. For committees and owners alike, ensure the best management for your strata plan. Call Chapman Strata on 4926 1400. That's 4926 1400 for a free, no obligation quote. If you need legal help now at 2 a.m, 6 a.m, 6 p.m or midnight, Four Tree Lawyers are ready. 24/7 legal assistance. Weekends, holidays, after hours, 24/7. Because if it's criminal, family, wills and estates or employment law, sometimes it just can't wait. Honest advice, affordable prices and Four Tree Lawyers get results. See for yourself at fourtreelawyers.com.au. Our sponsor.
2NURFM.
My name is Wink Martindale. This is the history of rock and roll, and we continue with more from John Lennon. John spent 18 months living with May Pang, a girlfriend provided to him by his wife, Yoko Ono. During that time, Lennon wrote and recorded this song with May Pang singing backup. I dream a lot, but I've never numbered my dreams, as did John Lennon in this song. Number 9, Dream. From Number 9, Dream, let's turn to another 1975 success for John Lennon. Among his favorite oldies was a song written by and first a hit for Ben E. King in 1961. It was Ben's reworking of an old gospel standard titled Lord Stand By Me, with 2 lines taken from Psalms 46.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, now, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, now, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Darling, stand by me. Stand by me.
That was John Lennon's excellent remake of the Ben E. King hit from 61, Stand By Me. 5 years after Stand By Me, it happened. The unthinkable.
John Lennon was brought to the emergency room at the Roosevelt site, St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital, this evening, shortly before 11 p.m. He was dead on arrival.
Our life together is so precious. Together we have grown. We have grown. Although our love is still special, let's take a chance and fly away somewhere alone. It's been too long since we took the time. No one's to blame. I know time flies so quickly. But when I see you, darling, it's like we both are falling in love again. It'll be just like starting over. take off alone. Take a trip somewhere far, far away. We'll be together all alone again, like we used to in the early days. Well, darling, it's been too long since we took the time. No one's to blame, I know time flies so quickly. Starting over. Look out, our life together is so precious. Together we have grown. We have grown. Still special. Let's take a chance and fly away
It was 19 days after the release of Just Like Starting Over. John Lennon was shot to death by a so-called fan in New York City. Lennon had just completed his first album in 5 years, and it contained his final hits. We'll hear them after this.
2NURFM.
If you have the function, Walls End Diggers have the spaces and the organisers to create your ideal event. There's live entertainment in the Mez Bar. And if you'd like to stay, the new Springs Newcastle Motel is now open with easy access to the club, the Mez Bar and Steakhouse. Breakfast is served daily from 7 till 10:30 a.m. Everybody welcome. Join the Barefoot Bowls, only $5 per person at the Sports Club. Our sponsor, Walls End Diggers. wallsenddiggers.com.au.
For a limited time only, get up to a big $1,000 gift card at Harvey Norman when you buy on interest-free. That's right, up to a big $1,000 bonus gift card. Shop for furniture, bedding, electrical, technology, flooring, bathrooms and more. Buy on 60 months interest-free and receive a bonus gift card up to a big $1,000. Minimum finance $1,000, 60 equal monthly payments. Interest applies if you do not comply with terms and conditions. Fees, exclusions apply. Limited time only. Now at Harvey Norman.
Sponsor. Bailey Showcase Jewellers has been in Maitland for over 49 years and is family operated by Doug Crouch and his excellent staff. Handmade jewellery is their specialty. Any repairs, big or small. Bailey Showcase Jewellers is the hunter's home of diamonds. Exquisite diamonds from Passionate, Dreamtime and Canadian Fire. A watchmaker is on premises and they are Pandora stockists. Our sponsor, Bailey Showcase Jewellers, 366 High Street, Maitland, directly opposite the Kmart entrance.
2NURFM.
Thank you for joining me for the history of rock and roll. We continue now as we continue to remember John Lennon.
For the other half of the sky.
His final album, Double Fantasy, included this ode to his second wife, Yoko Ono.
Woman, I can hardly express my mixed emotions at my thoughtlessness. After all, I'm forever in your debt. And woman, I will try to express my inner feelings and thankfulness for showing me the meaning of success.
about Yoko Ono, his second wife, simply titled Woman. John Lennon. Most of the last 5 years of John's life were spent out of the spotlight. No longer seeking fame, he instead chose to spend his time with his family.
Walking away is much harder than carrying on. I know, because I've done both. You know, I hadn't stopped since 62 or 3 till 73, on demand or on schedule, continuously. And it was very hard, because one always had that thing, well, shouldn't I be going, like quotes to the office or producing something, because therefore I don't exist if my name isn't in the papers, or if I don't have a record out on the charts, or whatever it is, or I'm not seen at the right club, whatever the game is. And I was saying it must be like the guys at 65 who said, somebody comes and goes, your life's over, time for golf. It's self-imposed, yes, but still the feeling was still there. Suddenly there's this whole big space that seems to be unfillable. And of course, naturally it got filled because that's the law of the universe.
People say I'm crazy, doing what I'm doing. Well, they give me all kinds of warnings to save me from ruin. Well, they look at me kind of strange. Surely you're not happy now, you no longer play the game. People say I'm lazy, dreaming my life away. Well, they give me all kinds of advice designed to enlighten me. When I tell them that I'm doing fine, watch your shadows on the wall. Don't you miss the big time, boy, you're no longer on the ball. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just have to let it go. People asking questions, lost in confusion. Well, I tell them there's no problem, only solutions. Well, they shake their heads and they look at me as if I've lost my mind. I tell them there's no hurry, I'm just sitting here doing time. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just have to let it go. I just have to let it go. I just have to let it go.
Good song, titled Watching the Wheels, John Lennon.
I got into cooking a little, and I used to say to Yoko after I'd made these loaves, I sort of felt I'd conquered something. And I watched the bread being eaten, and I thought, geez, I don't get a gold record, a knighthood, and nothing, And I really thought of all the jokes and the sort of cliches I'd heard about women and about them saying that the rewards of... And it's such a tremendous responsibility, and I understand the frustration of those women, because there is no knighthood, there is no gold clock. There is a great satisfaction. I took a Polaroid photograph of my first loaf. I was overjoyed when You know, I mean, I was that excited by it. I couldn't believe it. It was like an album coming out of the oven, and the instantness of it was great. And when they first ate a meal of mine, I was thrilled. And then when I ended up cooking for the staff, I was so into it. And every day I was cooking lunch for the staff.
That was John Lennon. He was only 40 when we lost him to a murderer's bullet in New York. How ironic for the Beatle most interested in peace.
My position on violence is I don't believe in it. I think we all have violent tendencies. I think it can be channeled. I think violence begets violence, as proved by the various marches and things that always end up with people getting beaten up. And I think marching and placards was okay for the 30s when people wanted bread, and then it sort of had some impact on people. But nowadays people are blasé about war and they're blasé about placards and marching. And I think there's many ways of protesting.
Everybody's talking, no one says a word. Everybody's making love, no one really cares. There's matches in the bathroom, just below the stairs. Always something happening, and nothing going on. There's always something cooking, and nothing in the pot. They're starting back in China, so finish what you got. No one makes a move. Well, everybody's a winner. Nothing left to lose. There's a little yellow idol to the north of Kathmandu. Everybody's flying, and no one leaves the ground. Well, everybody's crying, and no one makes a sound. It's a place for us in movies. You just gotta lay around. Getting high, everybody's flying, I never touch the sky. There's UFOs over New York, and I ain't too surprised. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Peculiar, mama, roll.
A rather nice way to complete this segment on John Lennon, Nobody Told Me. The history of rock and roll is written by Gary Thoreau, engineered by Peter Gould. I'm Wink Martindale. Of all four Beatles, the one with the longest and most successful solo career was naturally Paul McCartney.